everyone, we made it to our first destination. We are at Lynches River County Park in South Carolina, and this is our spot. We are in site number 2.
It's looking good so far. So we're going to give you a quick tour around our camper.
Okay, so at this site we only have water and electric and no sewer. So over here is where all of that stuff is. Right here is the electric hookup, so we just are plugged into the 30 amp. And then down here is the water. So the first thing we hooked up was a splitter. And this side is just if we want to wash our hands or hook up another random hose. And then the hose that goes to the RV is on this side. So we have the water pressure regulator, the water filter, and then our hose. And as you can see, we're not actually plugged into the RV because once we plugged it in, we had a leak. So right now we just unplugged it from the RV and we filled up the freshwater holding tank so we can just use water for the shower and the sink from the holding tank. Alright, so now we're going to give you a little tour of the outside of the camper. So just looking at the front, we have our electric tongue jack, our bike rack, which we obviously haven't really figured out yet, and then our 2 propane tanks are in here, and then right behind it is the battery, and here is the battery disconnect. We just keep that on basically all the time. The only time you really turn it to disconnect is in storage. So coming over here, this is a little area that we call the garage. It's basically just through storage, so you get the door on this side and the other side, and there's a lot of random crap in here. We definitely need to find some sort of organization for this area, but that's what this week is kind of about, to learn what we want. And then this here is where we fill up the freshwater holding tank, so that's where we just put the water in since we had a leak. This connection here is where you would plug in the hose if you were using a connection from a campsite. So we just have the 90-degree angle adapter here just so the hose doesn't have too much stress on it. And this is if you have cable at the site, which we don't have a TV anyway, so that wouldn't really help us. And here's an outdoor shower. This is the black tank flush, so if you ever want to clean it out, you can just hook up the hose there and have the pipe here open, and then it would flush out the black tank basically. And then in the back we just have our spare tire here and the door so you can get a sneak peek of inside when you come around, but we're not going inside yet. And then over here, this is where the electric is plugged in, so the wire actually comes out of the RV, and then we have an extension cord since it wasn't long enough. Nothing really on this side that's important, just some speakers, some outdoor outlets, and the propane hookup if we want to plug in a grill here using the propane tanks in the front. And this is the other side of the garage area, which is also not very organized, but we'll get there.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the inside of the camper. Let's go.
Alright, the first thing that you see when you walk in is the fridge on your right here. We have a freezer and the fridge on the bottom. This can run on electric or propane, which is really awesome. And through the door here is the bathroom. When Nick comes through, he can show you the other side. It's nothing fancy. Then coming in further, we have the dinette, which can also turn into a little bed, but we'll see, it would be very small. And then keep going around. Oh, there's some cabinet storage up here, which we haven't really organized much yet. Then towards the back is basically just the bed area, mini closets on both sides, and we have the fan running, so you might be able to hear that. Feels really good in here. We don't have the air conditioning on, and it's pretty hot outside. And then coming over on this side, we have our microwave, the 2-burner stove, and under here is just a little bit of storage, and then the water heater is on the bottom there. And below the sink is some more storage. Some piping under there too, but it's not bad. We really just need to organize it more. And that's kind of it. A little bit of storage here. So besides the storage in the cabinets, which isn't much, there's also storage underneath this cushion here for the dinette, and the same thing on the other side under this cushion. So that gives us a lot of extra room. And then under the bed, we don't really have anything under there yet, but you can see the water holding tank. Okay, Nick, can you give us a little update on the water?
It just it's not good. Everything's leaking from under there. Even we thought our solution was the holding tank. It seems once we turn the pump on, somehow it moves the water from under the bed to where the hose would be coming in from. So we don't know what's going on. Hopefully this week we can find a place that can easily fix it up. If not, we will be using no water wherever we camp, but at least we have the electric and we can cook homemade Chick-fil-A.
Homemade Chick-fil-A, aka frozen food.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
See you guys soon.
After a lovely meal of frozen food for two, Nick's been doing homework for like 4 hours, and I've been doing nothing.
My teachers stink.
Oh, how the roles have reversed.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everyone. We made our first night sleeping in the camper.
I slept pretty well. I got relatively cold this morning, but that's on us because we left the vent open. But overall, the bed was very comfortable. We got some great sheets in there, and yeah, we're about to pack up soon. So
Right now, we're waiting for an RV or a mobile RV repair guy, and he's gonna come and try and fix our leak. So after that, we are going to pack up and head to our next spot.
So we have some good news. Our water leak problem has been fixed. The RV repairman came right to our site before we left and was able to fix it for us. Just gave us a new fitting. Seemed like it was the only problem. So at our next stop, we'll be able to use our water with no problem. So shout out Dennis and his dog Malgus, absolute homies. If you need their information, just leave a comment down below and we can get it for you. But now we're off to the next stop, so we'll see you in the next video.